Hey everyone, it's Colin. How's it going? 2016 saw some pretty incredible growth for my channel. So let's talk about where things have been, where they're going, and also two important announcements. So while in general people have considered 2016 to be a pretty bad year, just with all of the bad things that have happened in the world and celebrity deaths and all of that, the one bright spot, at least for me, is that I saw some really crazy growth on the channel. I started 2016 with about 10,000 subscribers. And I started 2017 with over 36,000. So the channel more than tripled in size in 1 year. I'm still trying to kind of wrap my head around all of this, and we're still continuing to grow at a pretty good pace. As I'm filming this, I'm inching close to 38,000 subscribers, and it's only halfway through January. So first off, I need to thank all of you, because without you, there's no point in me continuing to do this. So all of my fans, all my viewers, all my subscribers, big thank you. I appreciate all your support, all of your words of encouragement, of which there's been surprisingly quite a lot. Lots of feedback on videos, suggestions for topics, questions, all of that. Thank you so much for your support and just helping me continue to grow the channel and get the word out about these videos and the content that I make. It really means quite a lot to me. Obviously, if you're new to the channel, some of you may have kind of gone back and binged watched all my episodes, but if you haven't, there's a few different topics that I tend to cover. And I've been really trying to kind of narrow them down a little bit more and not be scatterbrained in the types of videos that I make. Obviously, gaming is one of the big ones. I don't want to say that I'm a gaming channel because I don't want to limit myself to just that. I think I've got more opinion and commentary and skills to offer than just for the realm of gaming. But obviously, I'm passionate about that topic. I didn't just pick it at random when I started this channel. I mean, gaming has been a big thing to me for a very long time. And gaming will continue to be a kind of a cornerstone of the content that I create. It may not be in every video, but rest assured, I'm always going to continue doing gaming content, especially the retro gaming. I don't want to feel like I'm kind of pigeonholed into one particular topic, though. I know a lot of my handheld gaming type of content, you know, the Game Boy mods and all that, are very popular, and I get a lot of questions from people about how to do certain mods, asking for help and all that, and all that's great. I want to continue to expand into other parts of gaming, though. So you can expect a continuation of gaming topics going forward, especially the mods. Those teardown videos that I've been doing have proven quite a bit more popular than I expected them to. There seems to be a pretty big demand, seems to be interesting to you. I have fun making them, so I think we're going to keep doing those as well. But I also want to kind of diversify the content a little bit. Continue on into some of the other topics that I have covered in the past. So retro technology is something that I'm also going to try and invest a little bit more in. Retro computers, retro audio, that kind of stuff. I'm going to try and do it in a way that gives you some context. It's not just going to be a here's an old thing, let me review it. I want to try and give you a little bit more history behind it, how it fit into the landscape at the time that it was released, how well it did it pioneer other technologies, that sort of thing. So you can expect more content like that going forward as well, and I hope that you appreciate that, because sometimes those episodes take a lot of effort to put together, but ultimately I end up being very proud of them. I am, of course, also going to be continuing on with product reviews. I'm going to be diversifying them a little bit in some ways and also paring them back in others. I'm going to think a little bit harder about what kind of products that you all might be interested in related to technology and computers, and maybe start, doing some experimentation with reviews of different products along those lines. So that's where 2016's been. That's where 2017 is going. Of course, I'm always looking for feedback, so be sure to get in touch with me one way or another and let me know what you think about these videos. Now for two special announcements. The first one, and this one's kind of weird for me to be doing, but I'm launching a Patreon page. It's kind of weird because I've actually had viewers ask me to do this. This isn't necessarily something that I just came up with on my own. It's weird to have people ask you, is there a way that I can give you money? Like I said, I'm still trying to kind of wrap my head around all this stuff, but I had enough people ask for it. I figured, all right, why not? So I've got a Patreon page going now. I'll include a link down in the description. I've also got one on my main channel page. You can click it there. It's also just patreon.com/thisdoesnotcompute. So funding from Patreon will go towards things like products to buy for reviews, parts and tools for DIY projects, maybe buying, used game consoles to do mods on, that sort of thing. And then also help to fund upgrades for production equipment. Someday I'm going to want to go to 4K. I don't own a single camera that can do 4K right now. Along with that, I'll need faster computing, I'll need more storage, all of that. So funding from Patreon will all go towards basically making the channel even better. So if you want to support me, that would be totally awesome. Don't feel compelled to, though. I'm going to keep this content free. I really, really enjoy doing this, and I don't want to split my audience and make people feel like they have to contribute in order to get all of the content that I'm producing. So the YouTube videos will always be free. But of course, if you do decide to support me on Patreon, I'm going to offer some rewards there. It'll be largely like behind the scenes kind of stuff. I can give you additional notes on the background behind a video. And then also, this is another request that I get a lot, is an audio only version of the podcast. It's really difficult for me to try and accommodate everyone's desires for platform for those podcasts to be on, whether it's iTunes or Google Play or whatever. So I think what I'm going to be doing for that is an audio-only version of the podcast will be available for Patreon supporters, and it'll just be a regular MP3 file. So you can download it, do with it how you need to. Load it on your device, play it in the car, just listen to it on your computer, whatever you want. Being kind of format agnostic like that, I think, is going to be the easiest solution for everyone. So become a Patreon supporter. You can get access to the audio podcast. You can get access to behind the scenes content. But if you don't want to, seriously, no big deal. Really, no big deal if you don't want to or you can't. All of this content will continue to be free. Just maybe, different format, right? So otherwise the podcast is just going to stay on YouTube and you can continue to watch it there. The other big announcement is I know some people aren't that big into doing the Patreon thing. They want to get a little bit more out of their money. They want to get something back that's tangible. I totally understand that. So I'm also launching a Redbubble store for selling t-shirts and other, logo apparel. I've got one design up there. As I'm filming this, I'm going to be adding more designs as time goes on. So be sure to check that one out. You can get really cool TDNC t-shirts. I've got a bunch of ideas kind of swimming in my head for other like logos or graphics or, styles. And it's just a matter of trying to get them figured out and designed, so you can expect more as time goes on. But I've also got links to that store down in the description and on my main channel page. You can just click the little Redbubble link over there. So if you like this video, I'd appreciate a thumbs up. Please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I imagine if you're watching this video, you probably already are a subscriber. Consider supporting me on Patreon, but again, no big deal if you don't want to. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at thisdoesnotcomp. And as always, thanks for watching.